They don't want that free blue. Yo, welcome back to Free Blues Boxing. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for unlimited boxing content. We are Bike. What up, world of boxing? Yes, it is upstairs. Gervonta Tank Davis, a four-time world champion, will be taking on the tough competitor and champion, WBA champion, Mario Barrios. Now, this is a much anticipated fight. It's going to be on Showtime pay-per-view. They'll be fighting in Atlanta, Georgia. This will be Gervonta Tank Davis' second pay-per-view fight versus Mario Barios' first pay-per-view fight, first mega fight. I'm excited. The whole world of boxing is excited. So yesterday, Mario Barrios and Gervonta Tank Davis had their first press conference and in-person face-off, as well as getting interviewed and answering questions from Brian Scott. The Mayweather Promotion CEO, Leonard Ellerbee, was there as well. I got to say, it was quite interesting hearing what both fighters had to say for the first time leading up to the fight. They do fight on June 26th. I'm excited to see the future epilogues or all accesses of both camps and, take a peek at the preparation and, leading up to the fight. Both fighters said they are officially in camp. They're working hard. And that is going to be an action-packed fight. As I mentioned, Gervonta Tank Davis, a four-time world champion, two different weight classes. Also coming off of the 2020 Knockout of the Year versus Leo Santa Cruz for the WBA super featherweight title. Surprisingly, Gervonta Tank Davis is moving up two weight classes to go to the junior welterweight bout. The first out of all the lightweight stars, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Teofimo Lopez, and now basically trying to capture a belt and continue building on his legacy at the junior welterweight division. Mario Barrios from San Antonio, Texas, is 26-0, 17 knockouts. He stopped 8 out of the last 10 opponents that nobody has pointed out as well. Mario Barrios knows Gervonta Davis is a star. He's a heavy puncher, but he feels like it's a real task for him, to come up and snatch away his belt. He did emphasize he's going to do whatever it takes himself to basically keep his O or maintain his O. Both fighters are undefeated. Gervonta Tank Davis has a 95% knockout ratio. Tank stated that he does bring the excitement back into boxing and basically just to tune in. Mario Barrios stated that he has never been in there with an El Azteca. Gervonta Tank Davis, who's actually starting to show more emotion, kind of like what Canelo showed after the Billy Joe Saunders fight. Tank Davis responded. He said, what did that mean? Reporter Brian Scott whispered, like a warrior. Mario Barrios responds and said, well, you're going to find out. Tank Davis, unlike his promoter, Floyd Money Mayweather, has not been too much of an outspoken or an arrogant or quote-unquote arrogant or cocky fighter, marketing-wise or business-wise. It would be good for Tank to be more outspoken and to help build up, this massive fight. It is already going to be pay-per-view. Both are officially prized fighters. Tank, as I mentioned before, is one of the faces of boxing, one of the biggest draws. I forgot to mention the tickets are on sale today at Ticketmaster.com. Leonard Ellerbee said that it should be sold out immediately, saying that Atlanta is the Black Hollywood. Gervonta Davis, obviously an African-American fighter. This should be, in the stands, the fans attending the fight should be predominantly African-American. In the press conference, Gervonta Tank Davis pointed out that Mario Barrios could punch, and basically this is a big guy. They asked Tank why did he move up two weight classes and skip the whole 135 division and fight a champion there. Tank implied that the champions Devin Haney, who's currently holding the WBC belt, Teofimo Lopez, who's currently holding the IBF, WBO, and WBA belt. Tank said that they were occupied right now with their fights. Teofimo Lopez about to defend his belts against Cambosis. Devin Haney, he fights May 29th against three-time champion Jorge Linares. Tank said there's no point in trying to unify at 135. He basically saw the opportunity against Mario Barrios for the WBA strap, especially Mario Barrios, who fought on the undercard of the Gervonta Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz fight. He was the only one on the PBC Showtime fighters signed under Al Heyman. He might not have as big as a draw as a four-time champion Leo Santa Cruz, but he's definitely a worthy opponent with great skill. He's technical, and he has the WBA belt. Now, Tank very confident in the press conference. He mentioned, I'm a dog. You have a young killer, He also said that it doesn't matter who come in the ring with me, I'll hold my own. Now, Brian Scott asked Gervonta Tank Davis, is there any concern about Mario Barrios, coming heavy into the fight, like over 150? Tank laughed it off. He was like, he better not come over 150. Tank Davis was like, he come heavy or he come small, it really don't matter. Tank pointed out that the guys that he spars at the gym are not his size. I'm assuming he's talking about anywhere from 130 to 140. He said that those guys can't take my power in the gym. He's used to sparring bigger guys. There's videos that everybody has seen here on the internet where Gervonta Tank Davis is sparring guys literally 160, 168, middleweight to super middleweight. And no, these guys are not taking it light on Gervonta Tank Davis. It's probably why Tank is just such a monster. He's so vicious in the ring because he used to sparring big and physical guys. So when he does fight, little super featherweight guys or even junior welterweight guys, honestly, Tank can give anybody problems from 130 all the way up to 147. I'm curious to see who Mario Barrios is bringing into his camp for this fight, and we'll probably see that in the All Access episodes. To be prepared for Gervonta Tank Davis, he needs to bring in big guys with the high boxing IQ, slick, and also a southpaw, maybe a few southpaws. He's really got to get those rounds in. It's going to be vital. Surprisingly, after Tank knocked out Leo Santa Cruz, it doesn't seem like he's still high off of that knockout. He mentions that if it goes 12 rounds, so be it. One thing that we got to talk about is that Mario Barrios is standing at 5'9", Gervonta Davis standing at like 5'4". There's a 5-inch height difference. Gervonta Tank Davis is disadvantaged going into this fight. And I said this before. Tank mentioned it in the press conference. He said he ain't fought nobody like me. That's a fact. Mario Barrios has not fought anybody with the caliber of Gervonta Tank Davis, with the power like a Gervonta Tank Davis, the IQ, speed, everything. Tank very confident here that he's going to win this fight. And he said he doesn't know how the fight is going to play out. He said that different opponents bring out different sides of you. And I agree with that. One thing about Mario Barrios is that I did see him on the undercard, and his defense is not that good. And if you lack defensive skills against a Gervonta Tank Davis, then that's a very bad thing. The night can end up short. Offensively, Mario Barrios is a good, solid fighter. But also defensively, when Gervonta Tank Davis is boxing, he looks just about as good as anybody defensively. But he's also a riskier fighter, and he looks for the knockout the last couple rounds leading up into the knockout. And he takes those punches because, it comes with the territory. And I get it. It is boxing. You're going to get hit at least once. The whole name of the game is hit and not get hit. If we want to see Gervonta Tank Davis in the sport as long as possible, he's going to have to take less punishment, especially fighting bigger guys. For instance, Floyd Mayweather, when he moved up and started fighting the Cottos and the Canelos at welterweight and junior middleweight, you notice that was when he was the most superior defensively. Tank explained that, while the champions at 135, Devin Haney and Teofimo Lopez are occupied, he could fight Mario Barrios and become a 5-time world champion, 3 different weight classes. He said, that's greatness to me. He said that he's used to fighting bigger guys. This is just going to be another day in the office. Another significant thing that Gervonta Tank Davis had pointed out was that Mario Barrios was a much taller fighter than Jose Pedraza. Tank beat Jose Pedraza 2017 for that IBF belt at 130. Mario Barrios and Jose Pedraza, pretty similar fighters. Mario Barrios a little bit bigger. Gervonta Tank Davis is way better compared to 4 years ago, and I just feel as though it's going to be the same outcome as when he fought Pedraza, a knockout in around the 7th round. But ultimately, I am expecting fireworks. I am expecting a great night of boxing. Put in the comment section who you think is going to win against Gervonta Tank Davis versus Mario Barios, and who you also want to see at the junior welterweight division. They don't want that free blues. Yo, thank you for watching Free Blues Boxing. Hit the like, subscribe, and the notification bell for unlimited boxing content. Until next time, peace and love.